Hey guys, Fox with Foxhill Games, and we're back for another session of Dark Souls PvP. We're in the forest with our spear character. It's pretty much the same build. I might have swapped out either the Darkwood Grain Ring or the Leo Ring for the Wolf Ring, realizing that the biggest weakness of this build is the lack of poise, so I can easily be stun locked. And for a while I was trying to go with the lower weight armor in preparation for the Darkwood Grain Ring nerf, which is coming, which is going to require you to be under 30 or 25% versus the current under 50%. So there's a couple things I want to talk about in this video. A few pertain specifically to the fights, and then a few are kind of the grander sense of the PvP in the game and what's going on in the community. This battle right here, I just do a lot of evasion at first, just avoiding attacks and seeing where that goes. And this allowed me to see the character strategy. So you'll notice that my strategy with this spear build, and it's my first one ever, and you're seeing some of the very first battles I've ever fought. The first video you saw were the first battles I'd ever fought with a spear in PvP, ever. So this is the second set. None were really taken out. These are all the battles as they occurred. But let's focus a bit on the idea of legitimate and illegitimate techniques. We talked not yesterday, but a couple days ago in my previous video about people talking about cheating and all this stuff. Again, you'll notice with the spear, I'm not worried about parries right now. I'm just playing around. I'll get parried a whole bunch relatively soon, and then that'll start to kind of focus me up a bit, and I'll learn not to stand in front of somebody and spam the R1 button, because that's just inviting a parry. But there's a lot of players out there who will send you stuff, and I'll probably showcase some in my next video. Tons of messages criticizing your techniques, like this right here. I can't say for sure if this guy sent one. I haven't checked. See, there's that stun lock, but I was able to break free thanks to having one of the rings on the Wolf Ring. I'm pretty sure I have the Wolf Ring. But players will send me messages, both on the PC version and the Xbox 360 version, as well as the PS3 version. I have them all. And they'll criticize my techniques from time to time. Not everyone does, but it happens way too frequently, particularly on the Xbox 360, where someone will say, oh, you use great combustion because you suck, or you're bad, that's why you have to backstab. Well, my take, and if you saw my previous video, you know what my take is that everything that's not a hack or a glitch is legitimate. It's just that simple. If FromSoft designed it in the game, then it's a legitimate technique. If you think it's overpowered, if you're screaming OP, it's too powerful, and I agree with you, some stuff maybe is too powerful, that's for FromSoft to decide and change. Until they do, it's a legitimate part of the game. So if this person is stacking the Crown of Dusk and Power Within and the Bellowing Dragon Crest Ring, and then shooting, spamming Homing Crystal Soul Mass and Soul Spear at you, that's my cell phone, and killing you in one shot, you can't get mad at them, because that's part of the game. All they did was learn a really, really good strategy, just like right here. I'm using backstabs to punish the things that players do, not because they're wrong, but that's what you do in PvP. If a player makes a swing with a very slow weapon to try to hurt you, you can punish them by going around for a backstab. See right there? That R1 spamming would have been terrible had he been a parry type player, and he's not. But I learned my lesson soon from some parriers, and I get a few parries in myself. But you have to punish certain things, so you teach players as part of the game to tighten up. You teach them, hey, wait a minute, you can't just randomly swing with the Black Knight Great Axe, just swing haphazardly, and not expect me to sneak a shot in or sneak around and backstab you. You'll notice this other player back here looks like he's away from the game. He's probably just left his ring on and wasn't paying attention. He doesn't seem to be moving, but we'll see. Yeah, it looks like he's away. Right here, I'm just playing with this guy now. He's turtling. I'm breaking lock on to see if I can run around behind and just get some shots in. If I get a backstab, great. If I hit him with a regular attack, great. It doesn't really matter to me, as long as I get him down. And this guy will pull an extremely cheap trick towards the end of this video, and you'll see it. And let's talk about that, messaging other players. Do you guys send taunts to a player after that player kills you? See, I don't know what this dude did. I think he jumped off the cliff because I totally lost sight of him. And he must have jumped off the cliff. That guy went ahead and killed him because I'd given him plenty of time to come back to, you know, his controller, and he didn't. Just got home from work. It's 8 something in the morning. Had a pretty good night. It's one of those rather slow nights. Started the night off with a couple of arrests. It's never a fun thing having to take someone's freedom, but the law is the law, and it is what it is. So just relaxing at home before I go to sleep. And you'll notice in this fight right here, I didn't really bow. A lot of people get real fed up with that and mad and will send you crap. You know, it really doesn't matter so much. I usually do bow if they bow. I've had people backstab me while I'm bowing. Really, guys, it doesn't matter. Just, who cares? I mean, it's just one fight. It's not a big deal. Just, you know, suck it up and move on. It's nothing to worry about. But do you guys send taunts to other players when they defeat you? If you get a guy who spams, you know, 5 great combustions in a row and kills you, will you send him something saying, oh, you suck, or you're not good, or why don't you try, you know, fighting me for real, or something like that? Do you guys send that stuff? Because I gotta say that other than a few rare occasions, I won't really ever send a taunt. If somebody sends me something saying like I suck, or that trying to play up their skill after they killed me in a 2 versus 1 gank session, I might send them something back and be like, dude, it takes no skill to gank someone 2v1. But other than that, I don't actually understand why players are obsessed with sending taunts and, you know, messaging other players, letting them know that they suck because they just killed you. So you just lost, and now you're sending a player a message saying that they're bad? Correct me if I'm wrong, but didn't you just lose? See, right there, you gotta punish those slow attacks like that and teach them that you need to tighten up those attacks. You need to be a little more careful. This guy's being fairly haphazard with that Black Knight Great Axe. Maybe he's new at it, I don't know. You know, I'm not criticizing him. I'm just saying the way you teach players to get better is you do what I call the punishing moves. And that is when they screw up, you take advantage of it and you put the hurt on them. And they do it to me. Players will do it to me. You'll notice later on in one of my future videos here, I do some spamming R1 attacks and I get the crap parried out of me. And after a few of those, I tightened up my game and I learned to stop doing the R1 spams. I knew it was coming, and like I said, I just didn't care. I was just waiting for someone to do it. And if I know a player's not going to parry me, I can kind of tell by their skill level, then I can spam the R1. Or if they have a great shield, spam it all you want. They're not going to parry you unless they quickly swap shields. Which I've never yet encountered a person who had a great shield and then quickly swapped to a medium or small shield. But what do you guys think about taunts? What do you do when you get a taunt from a player? What do you do if you defeat a player and he sends you a taunt saying that you suck, or that you basically cheated because you used some ability or technique? If they say, oh dude, you suck, that's why you have to use Wrath of the Gods, or you're bad because you used Great Combustion. How do you guys respond to that? Do you guys respond to it? And if so, I mean, give me some examples of what you said. Post a video response and show me stuff from your inbox. I'd like to see it. You see there, he really had no chance against me because he didn't have a technique that could counteract my speed. Just drinking some water here. So this is Kisuke again. It's a Japanese name. I don't know if this dude's Japanese or not, but you'll see he does something very cheap in this fight. And the last fight, I'm pretty sure he jumped off the cliff. You'll notice my strategy is to show them that just casting homing Crystal Soul Mass or Soul Mass is ineffective. You have to have another strategy with it. You can't just cast it and expect it to do anything, because A simple roll is going to get you out of that, no problem. Or just moving is going to get you out of that, no problem. So again, I'm trying to show players how to improve their game. Some learn, some don't. I'm not saying I'm better than all of them or that I'm some guru master. I'm not claiming that. I'm just saying we can make the PvP community more skilled if we kind of show other players what doesn't work. So see, he just changed up the game a little bit. So now he's realizing that that old tired, just, you know, soul mass technique isn't working. So he's going to switch it up. Get him on the side. See? Backstabs there are not my main priority. If I get a backstab, great. If I don't, that's fine, as long as I hit him at a dead angle so that their shield won't cover it. Now he's trying the Soul Spear. So he's trying to mix it up. He's trying to spam the Soul Spear, hoping that will get me. And you'll notice that he seems a bit confused about what to do. He just keeps referring back to the same couple tactics. And I've done this, not with magic, but with other techniques. There's nothing wrong with it. It doesn't mean he's a loser or something. It just means he's learning, just like we're all learning in the game. But one of the best things you can... And watch, there it is. Watch what he does. He stones out of there. What do you guys think of that? Do you think it's okay to banish yourself if it's not going well? Do you think it's okay to run and jump off a cliff? And speaking of taunts, here we go, guys. This is one of the few taunts that I actually gave somebody where they didn't instigate it first by sending me something. So again, guys, give me some examples of the kind of taunts you've used, if you think it's a good idea, if you think it brings the community down. What do you guys think of taunts? I really want to know. Post your comments below, subscribe, and I will see you guys next time.